how did you pass this year? What were your music progress and the other stuff with your life?
Well, I have signed a record label deal. I've signed a publishing deal. I have traveled all around Europe and as well to South Korea to write songs for other people. I've released one more Elsie Bay song and I have moved to Berlin. So I'm very happy with 2022.
So many things. Did you get your law degree? If I remember right, you were about to give the final exams.
Yes, I did actually, but I had to do the final one in November. But I passed it, not with the best grade, but whatever. So now I have 3 years of law school.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
During this year, did you think about participating again in MGP 2023, or this came all out of sudden?
A little bit of both. I knew that I wanted to participate again after the 2022 season, but I was thinking of waiting a couple of years. But then, when we came to like August and September and I wrote Love You in a Dream and we sent it in and they said, well, you sure you don't want to do it in 2023? I thought, well, it's been, 6 months and it's going to be another 6 months. So maybe just do it right away. It didn't feel that close anymore. I started to miss it, so I wanted to come back.
If I'm not wrong, you are the only one participant from last year's MGP that competes again as a singer.
Yes,
this year. Many other artists participate as producers or composers, but you are the only singer, right?
That's correct, yes.
And how was Love You in a Dream written? What is the song about? How did it came?
I wrote it with Andreas Stone, who I also wrote Death of Us with, and with Tom Oehler, who's from Switzerland, back in August. And it was written at one of these MGP camps, so I didn't have a plan that I was going to be an artist, but we were teamed up together and I was the only singer in the room. And then me and Andreas, we kind of we knew what we wanted to do in a way, since we had done Death of Us, and Love You in a Dream was written in one day. We played it at the listening session later that day. People seemed to like it, and NRK took it further and they offered it to me on a later point. But the song is about reaching out to the people that you love before it's too late, and it's written from the perspective of me, who don't always have the courage to do that.
Oh, it's very nice. Did you enjoy your time in music camps of MGP? If I remember right, you were also in last year's MGP camps when you wrote Death of Us and you collaborated with Hoda in Hammer of Thor.
Yeah, that's right. And I do enjoy it a lot. I think I like to work under pressure, and the camps have a lot of pressure because there are listening sessions after the day's over. So we basically start working around 9-10 in the morning, and then at 10 at night you have to play whatever you made in front of everyone else at the camp. And you know that everybody else is going to write a really, really good song, so you have to write that good song as well, and there's no time to be like, oh no, it just didn't work out today, or we can finish it later. There's none of that. It's just you have to work, you have to finish the song, and I really like that, because that pressure usually gives you a lot of great songs.
And in this year's MGP edition, there are many two good songs that are written in those MGP camps. Compared to Death of Us, Love You in a Dream has a very unique, fantastic piano intro, and the strings are later in the bridge of the song. Was that on purpose, so the two songs are not compared one to the other, or it came physically?
Well, I think when we wrote Love You in a Dream, we wanted something in the same landscape, so that it was obvious that it was still an Elsie Bay song. But at the same time, we didn't want to do Death of Us all over again. So we kind of kept, you know, piano and strings that are in both songs. But we made it in 3/4, like a waltz, to make it stand out from Death of Us. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mix between getting it away from Death of Us and keeping it close to Death of Us, in a way.
It's a unique mix, this one.
Thank you.
Last year we saw you in white, performing all alone, and at least in the semi-final, in the final you were accompanied with some musicians. But now there's a couple that is dancing the routine during your performance. Is it something you will change in the final, or you will keep it the same?
We're definitely going to keep most of it the same, and that has to do with the fact that there's not a lot of time for everyone to get completely new staging. So I'm going to keep the dancers for sure and the chandelier, and I think it worked out really well. I'm very happy with it. So hope you liked it too.
It was an exceptional performance, and many people, I think, they liked it. Although we saw you during the semi-final, you were announced last. Was your heart beating very hard that time?
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I thought I was out because Sandra and Alejandro, the two people that I was left with, they are both famous in Norway, famous singers, and they have been ever since I was little. So I thought there's no way that I can go through when it's down to the three of us. But thanks to everyone who voted, I went through. So I was very happy about that and quite surprised actually.
So as you said, Sandra and Alejandro had very good songs. Are there any other songs from this year's MGP that you stand out? Do you have a favorite one?
I think Freya is going to be the one to beat. The one with Maria
think
Selene.
Freya is the main contestant?
I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see what happens in semi-final 3, but there's a lot of attention around that song, and it seems to be a fan favorite. And then, of course, you also have Alessandra and Ulrike, who also have gotten a lot of great response to their performances and songs. So, yeah.
So it's gonna be a female battle in the end, you think?
Yeah, well, you never know how the jury is gonna change the results, though, because they tend to have a little bit of a different opinion than the public. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what they think.
Now you talked about the juries. This year we have a lot of major changes in MGP. There is a jury that will decide, along with the public, the result of MGP. There are no duels this year. There are no direct qualifiers for the final. Many things. Auto-tune also, that has raised a lot of argument in Norway. What's your opinion about all the changes?
Well, I like most of them, I have to say. I think it's nice that it's 3 people that go through from the semi-final instead of just 1 from last year. I think that sort of gives everyone a chance in a way. And I like the fact that there's a jury in the finals, like in Eurovision, instead of having a jury pick just pre-qualifiers. Even if I was a pre-qualifier last year and it felt really nice to know that you have a spot in the finals, it felt so much better to win the semi-final, because now I feel like I deserve it much more, and I also got to celebrate last Saturday with my friends and family that we actually made it to the finals. So I'm very happy with the new rules.
With the use of autotune, many artists seem to use it and others seem not to use it. Are you in favor of it, or you are the one that is against autotune? Since we don't have it in Eurovision.
Yeah, I think that it's probably gonna be allowed in Eurovision in a few years anyways. So I think it's a ball that's starting to roll that probably nobody can stop in a way. At the same time, I've noticed that most people are not able to tell which artists have used autotune and which have not so far. So it seems that it might actually not be that much of a difference in a way, if you get what I mean. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who wins and if there's going to be a difference between their performance in MGP if they use autotune and the performance in Eurovision.
Do you believe the international jury is gonna be affected of autotune and what?
I definitely think that everyone who has a musician type of background in the jury will be able to hear if you're using autotune or not. And they will probably also be able to hear if it was necessary or not in a way. So I'm not worried about the jury in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Except your song Love in a Dream, we see you that you have participated in one other song of Elina Thorpe, Not Meant to Be. How did this collaboration came out?
So Elina was one of the artists that NRK was like, she's cool. Maybe with the right song she can participate in MGP. And she said yes to that, and she wanted to try and write a song. And so we brought together the Death of Us team, me and Andrea Stone and Jonas Jensen and Elina, and we tried a session to see if we could come up with something cool that would work for her in an MGP setting. And luckily for us, we did. We wrote Not Meant to Be and sent it in, and they seemed to like it. And she said yes.
You delivered another great song as well.
Yeah, we managed to do that. I have to say though, there are songs that I've written this year that did not make it. So it's not 100% every time, but yeah, I'm very, very lucky to have been able to write 2 songs this year that are in.
Yeah, you are on a good strike record.
Yeah, absolutely. Very grateful.
If you don't succeed in the MGP final, will you come back next year as well? Is winning MGP and participating in Eurovision always a dream?
It will always be a dream, of course. I think maybe 2024 I will not be an artist, but who knows? If I don't make it this time, I will never say never, that's for sure.
Okay, we hope to see you back again, no matter what the result is. We of course wish you very best of luck.
Thank you.
We would love to see you in Liverpool, and if things don't come as wished, why not participating next year as well?
Gotta give the people a little break, right? But maybe 2025.
Yeah, of course. You're too young and you have all the future in front of you. That's for sure.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you very much for this interview. If you want to send a message to all the OGAE Greece fans that love and support your song from the very first time they heard it, you may tell whatever you wish.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for supporting me, for listening to the song, and to all of you who voted for me. I appreciate that so much. I am forever grateful for that, and I hope you will continue to watch my journey in MGP. And if I'm your favorite, you know what to do. Vote for me on Saturday, the 4th of February. Enjoy MGP season.
Be sure for that. I'm sure all the Greek fans will vote for you on Saturday, 4th of February in MGP final.
I hope so.
Elsie, thank you very much for this wonderful interview. Best of luck, and we will talk soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Bye.